everyone, my name's Stella and welcome back to the fourth episode on the RabbitCraft server. So today I've got some fairly big news to share with you guys, and I'm actually pointed in the direction to our farming area. And that's because our village has gone under a huge transformation in the last 3 weeks. I do want to apologise for the delay in releasing the fourth episode. Right after I made the third episode, I actually got really sick and basically lost my voice. It's been crackly and you may be able to still hear the after effects of it now. Now, the big news. Well, we're actually wrapping up this season and that's happening on the 31st of March. So we've only got a few weeks left. I'm going to try and get another few episodes out before then, but bear with me because I've been doing a lot. And you guys are going to have to forgive me because when I turn around and show you what we've done, you guys are going to be extremely impressed. So we got told about a week ago that the server was going to be ending on 31st of March. So since then, we've done a bit of a transformation. So the village isn't going to be as large as what it was previously. But you may remember that that is our library where we had all of our villagers. So as I bring you up, need to do a bit of maintenance. There we go. Oh, I missed a few on the way in. All right, we're going to have to cover up a few things. Whoop, there's a berry bush. So this was our library that I showed off in our last episode. So one of the biggest things you may notice is that we've taken away all of the spruce half slabs on this area and transformed it with grass and this bushes and these custom willow trees. So I'm really happy with how these willow trees turned out. But this was our last build that we did on camera. And since then, I've done a lot. We've done this one here. And as we come up here, this is probably where the biggest transformation is going to be. We'll just quickly scoot through here. Mind the shulker monster. And we have added in 14 houses. So as I go for a fly, you'll probably be able to see how much we've done. We've transformed this whole village and added in all of these little houses. So I had a bunch of space that I was trying to work with. So what we did is we added in all these little houses for extra spaces for them to, like the villagers to come in and stay at. So Stay Down did this interior for me. We've got a little bit of a bedroom up here, and I wanted to keep this really simple. So we're going to put the same similar layout in every one of these little houses. So this is going to be more of a tour video rather than a let's play. I'll probably do a little bit in bits and pieces, probably add a bit more buttons around the rest of the areas. But this is what we've done. This was the Wizarding Tower, and I wanted to incorporate the old and the new. When it comes to developments, particularly in Australia, we've kind of got these old buildings, and back then we had so much space that it wasn't really necessary for buildings to be cramped together. So I wanted to bring that same concept into Minecraft, where you've got this big old building with this willow tree out the front of it, and then add in all these new buildings around it, kind of like you would in a subdivision. So what we've done is just add in all of this greenery, really bringing to life the area. Now, our marketplace was originally going to be the center point of our town. So what I've done is brought in the whole area and then added in a few more stores. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one, but we've added this one as a bakery. So this is going to be a double market stall. We're probably going to have some nice cooking area here that I'll build up. Now behind here, we've added in a little space for the sheep and cows, as well as the chickens. Whoop, screaming. There we go. And we're going to add in some stuff into here. This is going to be a little butcher's house. Now, I've still got to do some lighting. There's so many small things that I've got to do. Now, we created this in as well, I believe, in the last episode. So beside that, we've extended out this market. We've got an aquarium, a little plant store, a bookshop, a clothing store. We're going to add some leather armor onto all of these armor stands, and a paint store or a gallery, or painting store, not a paint store. Now, we've got a little bit of a garden in front of this big building. We've got to do the interior for that. We've added in this house here, which is a double house, and this undercover area, where I believe that those who are having dinner from the inn, who maybe want to come and sit out underneath and, you know, look out over the ocean here, maybe have come to sit under here. Again, we've got shulkers everywhere. There's bits and pieces. I'm trying to use up the last of what we have. We're kind of running out of materials at this stage. And the big focal point of this village now, so this, originally the fountain was going to be the center point, but now this gazebo is the center point with this garden around it with these 4 flowers. So we've got 4 sections to it. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I know that was quite a lot to take in. There is quite a few little alleyways now around, kind of in between those 2 buildings there, and there's another one in between those 2 buildings over there. There is a lot, and we're going to do quite a bit to this base as we kind of go through the episode. I know that was so much to take in. I'm sorry, guys. I've been in absolute building mode in the last 3 weeks, but I really do hope you enjoyed so far, and let's get into a few little projects that I've got to do around the area. We might get some of those little houses done with the interior, and probably a little bit more of the landscaping. But with that, let's get into it. So I just went and had a quick look at what Stay Down's done in that first little house, and thought, well, okay, we're using quite a bit of spruce, which we have throughout the rest of these builds. And I came over here and had a bit of a look. That's all the spruce we have. So first off, we're going to have to do a bit of a choppy chop. So we're going to go grab our axes and head out to a little area that I've used previously to grab a heap of the leaves and to grab some cobble on that before I had my little generator. So we'll head out there, we'll grab some spruce because we're kind of desperately in need for it, and I'm pretty sure the shops in the shopping district are actually out too. So we'll go grab that now. Alright guys, we're out here in a snowy tundra, and I'm just going to do a bit of spruce mining. I did come out here yesterday and grab a heap of the spruce leaves, so today I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of spruce wood, and that should hopefully last us until the end of the season. Okay, and with that I think we're just going to get into a bit of a mining time lapse. Alright, so we've just come back and we got ourselves 1 shulker box and a little bit more. I had a little bit more that I crafted into spruce stairs. But what we're going to do is we're going to start doing this same interior and kind of copying it over to all the other interiors. So again, this was done by Stay Down. And from here, we're just going to kind of copy it across into our 14 other little houses. So I've gone ahead and finished up all of these little houses. So each one of them has got the interior for both the bottom floor and the top floor. I did have to slightly change some of them just because they were all different shapes and sizes. I've tried to keep to the same look overall, but some I just had to change. There was no way around it. because we've got some that are like 3x5 or 4x5, and then others that are like 7x5. And that was just so we could fit as many houses in here as possible. So this was one of the ones that I believe I changed, so I just shortened up this section here. And then upstairs is slightly different, but overall pretty similar. Now our next task for today's episode is to get all of the armor stands in the marketplace dressed. So the ones up here on our left at our clothing store. Now I've just gone through and AFK'd at the Hoglin farm for about 15 minutes. And in doing so, I got a bunch of leather. Now I did have a bunch of dyes left over from the concrete shop that we had on the server that I was stocking. So I've just gone through and done one of each colour. I actually didn't count how many there are in here, so this could be interesting. I might have too many or not enough. So what I'm just trying to do is kind of show that this is a clothing store overall, where maybe some of the villagers have come to grab all of their necessary clothes, or maybe even foreigners have sailed across the sea to come and grab some of this stuff. So I'm just going to go through and dress all of these, and I'll bring you guys back when we finish and kind of show you the finished results. Alright guys, so I don't know whether or not you guys can actually believe me with this, but I just happened to have enough armor stands, and this wasn't planned, for every single dye color in Minecraft. So we actually ended up having 16 armor stands, which is really cool. Like, I didn't plan that, it just happened to be. So we now got these really cool armor stands, all in their different colors, in the clothing store. And I think that just works really well. We've also got these folded clothes heads, and these were given to me by one of our server members. Now, I think we're going to work on a few more projects. I think I'm going to have a bit of a look around, kind of see what else needs to be done. We've got to add in a few more flowers and such to the area, but I've got to actually go back over the shopping district and purchase some more. So I might bring you guys back in kind of when I think of what I need to do next. So I ended up adding a bakery to our village last night off camera. So I added in an oven area, in an area where the villagers are creating some pumpkin pies, getting ready to put into the oven. And we've got a little trolley here with the cake getting, wheeled over to this area. So I almost picture this as the kitchen area, and this section here being the area where the villagers are selling the items. And I kind of think it worked out really well. Like, let me know in the comments below. Now, one thing I thought about when I was walking around this village last night was this market store behind me. I couldn't figure out what I was going to do with it, and then did a bit of a walk around and figured out we don't have a drink stand in this village. So we're going to do a quick little drink stand right now. What we're going to do is add in just a few potions into this little item frames here. And we're going to do the same up the back here. Whoop. This doesn't have to be super detailed. I'm not going for like a huge amount of depth when it comes to these little drink stand, but I did want something to kind of fill up the area. And I might just put that one there and that one there. So now we've just got a little drink stand in our village too. Alright guys, and with that, I think we're going to wrap up the episode here for today. For those of you who have stuck around to the end of the episode, I want to say thank you. If you like this episode, then be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already, as well as the like button on this video. I will be live streaming in the next few days, so make sure to follow me on Twitch. The link is in the description box below. I'll see you on the next episode. Hope you have a good day, and goodbye for now.